Hey you guys, it's Dank Dizzle here with some more Mega Man 2 for the Nintendo Atari system. And as you can probably tell, I changed something about my microphone. Made it sound less like shit when I recorded. And you guys are probably curious about my house exploding. And so let me tell you that story. So there I was, houseless, or at least I was left with a rubble of a house, a shell of a house. And so I decided, you know what, I need to get a new house. So I called up the house realtor guy, and I'm like, hey dog, I need a new house. And he said, well, what happened to your old one? And I tell him I kind of exploded. And there was a silence on the phone, and he was like, okay, where do you live? And so I gave him my address. I told him 111 Eastbound Avenue. And he was like, oh, okay, sir, I'll be there in a jiffy. And as I hang up the phone, he's pulling up my driveway. And I talked to him, and he's kind of speechless at first. Once he sees my house, he's like, what the hell happened to your house? And so I told him a pressure cooker went off, some terrorists bombed my house. And he was like, okay, that's pretty scary. Do you have insurance for your house? And I say, hell no. Anyone who has insurance for anything is a fucking moron. Because nothing bad ever happens to me. The dankster. And so I don't buy insurance. That shit's for babies. Anyways, I'm like, okay, let's just cut to the business, kid. I need a house. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I got one place in mind, but it's the only place I got. And so I'm like, shit, okay, take me to the house, take me to the house. And so, about 10 miles later, 10 miles away from my house, we pull up on this creepy-ass Winchester-looking house. And he's like, oh, here it is. And I'm looking at it, I'm walking inside, I'm looking all over it. The door almost goddamn fell off the hinges when I was opening the door to the house. I forgot to insert that detail. But the house looks like shit. The floorboards look like someone took a knife to them. Made out of OSB, which is this shit-ass material. You'll get splinters for days. And so he's like, okay, kid, I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna let you name the price. What do you want to pay for this house? And I looked at him for a couple seconds, I shrugged at him, and I said 300. I'll give you 300 for him. And he's like, okay. He kind of like looked away. He's like, well, okay, I could do that. 300, fine, yeah. And he shook on it. And bada bing, I had the house. And I was sitting around for a while, looking around the house, and I realized this house is a pile of shit. And so I call him up, and I'm like, hey, where the hell's my house? But I get some like secretary who picks up his phone or some shit. And she's like, oh, Mr. Dickbag's not at the phone right now. I can't remember his name. Sorry. And, I'm like, fine, okay, whatever. So I wake up this morning, and I'm walking around town. I live in, New York. Busy as town, and by mere coincidence, I see him on the street. And by mere coincidence, I had my, baseball bat with me. And so he's walking, I'm walking behind him. I'm trailing him. And I'm like, oh, that was a great house you sold me. And he turns around and he's like, oh, thank you. And as before he can finish his sentence, I fucking slug him in the face with a baseball bat. And he falls to the ground. Everyone starts yelling and stuff. But I just kind of like shoulder carry him to my house. I don't use my car. I don't drive that much. I only drive when my house explodes. So you can imagine that makes work kind of a daily chore. Because I got a carpool. If I ever drive, I have to blow up my house. But, anyways, I drag this guy into my basement, and I say, hey, kid, I got some work I need you to do. First on the list is to fix my goddamn house for free, since you sold me this piece of shit. But he started stuttering, he started giving me all that, don't kill me nonsense, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna kill you yet. clean this fucking house. You know, I point around all the garbage and shit. This, like, the people who lived here previously didn't even, like, take their shit out of their house. All their old shit was here. It was all nasty, like, diaper crap. Like, baby dolls. And he's like, I guess I could fix it. And I said, whoa, Buster. That's just number one on the list. Number two, I need you to do some personal work for me, if you know what I mean. And he said, oh God, I'm not gay. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not gay either, you fucking ludicrous piece of shit. So I hit him in the head, and I punch him right in the nose, square in the face. And he's crying, he's sobbing, he's bleeding all over my goddamn nice carpet. And I had him tied up to one of those, what are those things? He has 4 legs on it. Oh, a chair. I had him tied up to a chair. And, you know, and I was like, okay. The work's pretty simple. All I need you to do, it's simple. I mean, come on. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. All you need to do is scream into the microphone, Mamma Mia. That's all you gotta do. And he's sitting there, he's shivering. I think he shit his pants because it was smelling pretty ranky at that point. And so I grab a can of Febreze and I fucking soak that dick with Febreze. He's dripping Febreze, so I mean, you can't smell anything else but Febreze at that point. And so I'm like, okay, I need you to yell Mamma Mia. And he's, well, oh shit, you know. And he's just like, well, if you keep doing that, I'll game over. And so I pull up this, you know, this kind of shit microphone that just sucks ass. You know, it's like 8 years old. And coincidentally, is the same microphone I use to record my videos with. And so I have him yell "Mamma Mia" into it, and he just gives me this shit like "Mamma Mia," and I'm like, okay, no. I shake my head. I'm like, no, it's not gonna work here. That's not gonna slide with me. Yeah, I need you to yell "Mamma Mia" at the top of your lungs into the microphone. And he's like, Mamma Mia. And he's crying, he's sputtering and shitting himself. It's a real mess. And I'm like, dude, just do it. Just yell Mamma Mia. And he's like, he can't even say it anymore. He's inconsolable. He's just a blubbering baby. So that's when I get out my 12 gauge paintbrush. My Remington paintbrush. And I said, hey kid, you know, I look at him for a second and I say, hey kid, if you don't do this right, I'm gonna paint a goddamn Van Gogh on my wall using your goddamn brains and this magic 12 gauge paintbrush. And that shuts him up. That gets him. That gets him on his toes. And so he leans in the microphone, kind of hesitant, and then he yells, "Mamma Mia!" You know, I was blown away. I was like, oh my goodness. You know, I gave him some claps, and I was like, oh my god, that was awesome. That was spectacular. And so I decided to give him like a couple bucks, and I was like, all right, you know, thank you so much. And I had him get out of the chair. I untied him and I made him clean my house. You know, I held him at gunpoint the whole time, just like you'd do with a maid or something. You know, pretty normal shit. And I'm holding him at gunpoint as he's cleaning and buffing and varnishing my shit. And, you know, finally gets it done. And then he's like, you got anything else for me? And I said, yeah. You gotta give me the cheat codes to Street Fighter 3. And he said, well, I can't, I don't know that. I don't know how to do that. I don't have the codes. I don't even know what Street Fighter is. And so I'm like, okay, bud. There's only 2 ways you're getting out of here. One's in a fucking body bag, or the other you could just walk out. You just walk out as a free man. And he's like, well, okay. So he instantly starts looking up Mega Man or Street Fighter cheats on his phone, and I'm like, nah. And I slap the phone out of his fucking hand, and I break it, throw it in my garbage disposal in the sink. Like I said, that's not gonna slide, Bubby. I need you to talk to Mr. Capcom and give me the goddamn cheat codes. So he does that, and bada bing, got the cheat codes. And I decided just to tie him up to that chair contraption again. And so he's right now. He's over there. He's just sitting there. I think he's sleeping right now. I'm gonna have to wake him up in a second. And let's just get to the gameplay. So here I'm with Windman. Windman's kind of a bitch, but he's really easy to kill once you do this special move. Simple as that. Sorry my story took so much time, but you know, these you can't abridge these sort of things. You got to keep the details in there. But first we got to get equipped with the air shooter. That was the first and the only name they came up with for that guy. It's like, okay, what's his ability? Make him have air shooter.
Yeah, that sounds great. Air shooter.
Item 2 completed. Get your weapons ready. Wow. Now I have to listen to this asshole tell me how to use the 2. I know how to use this shit. I know how to use it. I know how to get equipped with item 2. Just let me move on with my goddamn life. Oh, uh-oh. Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen. We got Dr. Wheelie. Dr. Wiley here. And he's giving me the eyebrows. He's giving me the eyebrows. Oh shit. Shit's gonna hit 100 miles per hour, ladies and gentlemen. Just buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Just buckle up. Shit's gonna get intense. Oh my goodness. I will see you guys in the next video. Sorry, I'll see you. Oh my god. Bye bye.